All right, so this goes to chapters 2 and 3 in your economics book. And we're going to talk about how money is created. Remember, only about, I think according to the book, is something like 22% or 27% of money is actually physical money, bills, okay? And obviously, there's 8 billion people in the world, and not all of them can hold bills because we would be a paper mess. So we're going to talk about how money is created, all right? So let's say that Jen goes to the bank and says, hey, I want to deposit $10,000 into your bank. It could be any bank in the world, doesn't matter where it is, okay? In the United States, and in some places worldwide, the bank says, great, thank you so much for giving us this money. And under Federal Reserve rules, depending on what type of economy it is, if it's a tight economy, they may say that we want you to retain as much as 30% of the deposits in case of emergency. But normally it's somewhere between 10 and 20%, okay? So what we're going to do, and this is actually one of your test questions too, is we're going to show how that $10,000 deposit becomes a lot of money for you, all right? So Jen walks in, he says, here's $10,000, I want to put it in the bank and get my lousy 2% interest. Woohoo! All right, even though inflation is 5%. Oh, great, okay? So the bank is very happy, as you can see, and they want to reloan that money out. So first, they may actually loan out $8,000 for a brand new car loan. Remember, they have to keep 20% in the bank. Then they're going to turn around and create more money by handing out someone an $8,000 credit card. A credit card is basically a loan, folks. It's basically a personal loan. All right? There's another $8,000. Then they're going to sit there and say, hey, you want to buy a house? Okay, well, we'll give you a house, and $8,000 of that mortgage is actually going towards right out of that $10,000 deposit.
You told us about this.
I think I told you about this. All right? Then another $8,000 might go towards a student loan, and so on and so forth.
So those are
But one thing I did,
hats, they take it from one head to another. Same amount?
It's the $10,000.
Yeah.
They retain 20%, $2,000, and they loan out $8,000s in different types of things. But one of the other things that they do is, let's say that you wanted to start a new business. The biggest area that they make the money is, and I forgot to mention this last week, and we're going to talk about it now, is let's say that they want to do a small business administration loan to a small business that wants to, let's say that they're going to do a coffee shop franchise, like a Starbucks or Pete's. I'm more of a Pete's guy, but some people love Starbucks. What happens is they're going to give out that part of that $8,000. They might give out a $100,000 loan, but $8,000 is coming from Jen's original deposit, and it's going this way, right back out the door to this person. And where do you think the bank, where do you think that the franchise, the coffee franchise, is going to put their money? Right back in where? In the bank that gave it to them, okay? And so what happens is, here comes a vicious little circle. That's not even a vicious little circle, it's kind of a necessary circle. Jen puts his money in, it goes out not only to these folks on personal basis, but now it becomes part of a new loan to create new businesses, new jobs, new money, and then that money gets put right back into the bank. And guess what the bank does? It turns around, and now that business's money gets put back into the system.
But also all these will pay interest to the bank. So
Oh, they're
they
paying
hold your
interest to the
money
bank
and
and the
grow.
whole 9 yards, yeah, 100%. But this is how the majority of money is created in the economy, okay?
Yeah, this part.
And if this wasn't taking place, we would not be able to transact the way we transact today. If we had to physically hand over cash every single time we bought something, loaned something, received money for something, it would be a minor disaster. It would be a fortune just to print the money. They're always been talking here in the United States a lot about getting rid of the penny, because it takes something like 3-4 cents just to create a 1 cent penny. They might as well get rid of it. And even the nickels and dimes are becoming more expensive to make. But it's a political decision, because pennies are made at a very specific location that creates a lot of jobs. So they don't want to get rid of it. But this is how the majority of money, no matter what country you're from, I think even in China, this is where a lot of money is created. The banks are required to keep a certain percentage, depending on the economy, in their reserves. It's usually 10%, it could be as much as 20 in economic downturns. But what ends up happening is they turn around and loan out 80% on various ways to create money, to drive more business, drive more jobs, and create more money.